time has come to conquer our last remaining frontiers and lead the resistance to victory on all fronts.
You're watching the GameSpot co-op stage, sponsored by LEGO Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Hello, welcome back to GameSpot's continuing coverage of the Electronic Triple 2016. I'm your host, Danny Dwyer. Delighted to be back on the co-op stage, brought to you by LEGO Star Wars: The Force Awakens. That's the contractually obliged hand swipe that we're going with.
I like it.
Delighted to be joined by Liam O'Brien,
Howdy.
Ashley Johnson, and Laura Bailey
Oh, hi.
of Critical Role. We're here chatting to you and the other 40 people in your
Yes.
gang of
They'll be
TNT
joining throughout
players.
the whole
gaggle.
To talk about E3, to talk about video games, to talk about voice acting, and a lot
Awesome.
more as well.
Here we go.
So first things first, have you guys seen any of E3 yet?
Yes.
A little bit.
You were here all day yesterday.
I was here, I was here, I don't even know what day it is. I was here Tuesday.
Okay.
I was here all day
So
Tuesday.
day 15 of E3, you
Yes,
arrived.
day 25. And then, yes, and now today. I'm tired,
All right.
but it's great. I mean, I haven't really seen that much stuff for how long
You've
that I've been
there,
staying
right,
here.
yeah.
I'd like to
There's
see
a lot of
more.
lines.
So you guys record like locally, right? You're all like LA natives-ish?
Yeah.
Yes.
But sometimes we go other places to record as well.
Right.
Like if they need crunch recording or something, we may fly to Boston or Seattle or Vancouver or something like that.
LA is definitely the mothership, but they sort of spit us out in pods to other
Right.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's the sort of mothership of you know, I don't know what you call acting in relation to voice acting.
Acting.
Face acting?
Yeah.
Screen
Body,
acting.
screen acting?
Yeah.
Although so much of what we do now is performance capture as well.
Right,
so
of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
filming.
Laura, first of all, before we get into the topic we have at hand,
Yeah.
what was it like getting up on the stage
Oh
for
my
the first
gosh.
time?
It was so nerve-wracking. I was so excited when they
so
asked me to
good.
do it, and then the minute I realized what I would be doing, I almost threw up on the spot.
So you were actually playing live?
Yeah, it was crazy. We practiced like insane amounts, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Sweaty hands?
Sweaty hands, shaking hands,
And you had to
pounding
talk
hard.
as well.
And I had to talk. I was more
Yeah,
nervous
she'd
about the talking.
Right.
Should have come out and talk and then play a game.
Yeah.
I was watching and I was like, just so nervous.
Awesome.
She did so good.
Well, the topic of the hour, it's perfect you guys are here because we're talking about female protagonists in video games. and sort of how this has changed over the course of the past 10, 20 years and all the work that is still to be done in relation to this.
Right.
Earlier, it was yesterday, we had one of the community managers for Tomb Raider on, talking about the 20th anniversary of Lara Croft.
Yeah.
And, like, for a lot of people, especially like sort of our generation, that was like the sort of the first sort of main female protagonist.
That's the first
that
one
we
I
had.
remember
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
like for you guys, who was the first? Was it
It was Lara Croft, yeah.
Yeah, same. I mean, in
Just climb
terms of
up
video
on top
games,
of
yeah.
everything and high dive off of cliffs.
And as you know, as a sort of I have no shortage of people to project myself into as a white male. But what was it like for you guys as sort of like young women experiencing Tomb Raider? Because it's something that like obviously it's completely different to what myself and Liam presumably would have experienced.
I feel like
I mean, it was. I do remember making a note of that when that came out. I was like, oh wow, it's a female character, and it did seem out of the norm.
and she was capable and athletic.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Yeah.
she was just a
Intelligent.
badass.
Yeah.
And
Wealthy.
I remember
Yeah.
I remember thinking how cool her braid looked
Right.
as
Yeah.
a little girl going, oh neat. How
Yeah.
dumb is that? That's
Yeah.
what I remember.
But even back then, there was an air of like sexualization happening there as well, where
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
character as well, especially in the way it was marketed, perhaps maybe outside of the games, there was this sort of edge to it. I remember, seeing Lara Croft on the cover of like various like fashion magazines and stuff. But then that was one thing. But then also on like what we would call lads mags back in Britain, which were like your FHMs and your Maxims and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
Lads
I mean
mags.
the first
yeah.
voice I ever did for video games was Blood Rain.
Right,
In the Blood
okay,
Rain
yeah.
video games, and she was in Playboy.
Right.
You know, I mean, and I didn't know any difference when I was doing the voice for it, but
Yeah.
That's just
the
how it
fact that
was.
it's come to where it is now is so awesome.
So for the people who don't know, who are some of the like characters that you guys have portrayed in video games?
Liam?
Which ladies?
Which ladies have you ever done a lady?
I'm Gollum in Shadow of Mordor. I'm in Far Harbor that just came out. I'm Illidan Stormrage in the World of Warcraft. I also directed the VO on Lego Star Wars Force
Oh, really?
Awakens. Yeah.
Wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I made lots of
He's
saber
pretty good.
sounds.
He's a pretty good director.
You did
Not
the
gonna
saber
lie.
sounds?
Yeah, I supplied all the saber sounds for the game.
Yeah. Okay, so I worked with Laura on a couple things. I played Gordras, the little robot in Tales from the Borderlands.
So freaking adorable.
And I was Ellie in The Last of Us. And yeah. Some other ones that I'm
You're in
blanking out.
Minecraft for Telltale.
I'm in Minecraft, Telltale's Minecraft.
Oh,
I
awesome.
play Petra. Thanks, Laura.
Yeah, no problem.
I always like go blank when people ask. I'm like, I don't know. I've never
You gotta
done
have
it.
your IMDb page just like
Right?
tattooed
Yeah,
on
I
it.
have a phone. I
What
need
did
to
I
check
do?
out what I've
Yeah.
And what about yourself, Laura?
Blood Rain.
Right?
Jaina Proudmoore in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I blanked too.
I know it's hard.
Oh no, Fiona in Tales from the Borderlands. I've lost it.
Helena
Everything.
in Resident Evil.
Helena in
6,
Resident Evil 6.
Right?
And a lot of like.
Oh,
Uncharted?
Kate in Gears of War 4 that's
Right.
coming out.
Second
Hey,
Son?
there's that.
What's that? First Light?
Spartan Vale in Halo 5. Yeah, so there's a list.
And presume.
First Light Fetch in Infamous
go.
Second Son in First Light. Yeah.
Just say all of them. Just say all of them.
I don't know why I covered my mic like I was going to whisper it to her, but I did it this way, I think.
So how long have you been working then in this line of work? Has it been like 5, 6, 7, 8 years?
You've been in this for a while. You've been an actor.
I think for in terms of VO, I think I've been doing it since I was about 13.
Right. My
Wow.
goodness.
Yeah.
I've been doing it since I was 18.
Right.
So.
Is that normal? Was it the same for you, Liam?
Yeah, like 22 or 23.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Laura and I kind of came in through the like anime dubbing dog eater.
Right,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
And
I
it
started
just-
in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So I guess within that time, have you seen much of a shift in terms of, I guess, like how developers have been tackling female protagonists in these video games?
Yes. Even in the last 3 years,
Right.
I've seen a growth in how, in the character sides that come down, even when we're just auditioning for things, the way things are outlined, it's changed so much.
Because, you know, presumably lots of video games have women in them. There have
Yeah.
always been, you know, and then as sort of casts get more and more voiced, I imagine years back it was, you had like your protagonist and then some sort of side characters, but then we're now in a situation where everyone's getting voices. But
Right.
are you seeing the shift where it's more and more sort of main characters are like the focus of it, and like instead of just telling male stories with female sort of side characters, that
Right.
there's actually
Supporting.
yeah, there's like stories like being told from a female perspective.
I feel like just seeing the demos that have been presented at E3 in the last
Yeah.
2 years, yeah, there's been a huge increase in
It's definitely
female
been growing.
protagonists.
I mean, just talking about where it started, where, you know, now you just have like a normal female in a game,
Yeah.
you know, that's not over-sexualized, or she's just a
Just a
little
chick, just-
little plain old lady, you know. So it's just, which I think is great, because it's like we have that for guys, and I know this is like such a hot topic still.
Yeah.
And I think as long as it's still talked about, then it's probably still something that needs to be dealt with. You know, I think as long as once we stop talking about it and it becomes sort of a normal thing for just to have normal female characters, and for men too. You know, it's we're seeing a little bit more of that in games, I feel like, across the board.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
it shows like an overall maturity of the industry and of the audience, and then also I feel like the industry is realizing or acknowledging in the last 2 or 3 years who the audience is.
Yeah.
The audience has changed, so it's us all getting sort of smarter and savvier, and wanting to have something for everybody. And the good news is, like, this year officially there are too many games.
right, yeah.
So, like, if you want to do all the guy, dude, bro games, they're there.
Yeah.
It's nothing's being replaced. It's just, it's adding to the pile.
plethora.
Yeah, plethora.
And I feel like it's cool that you're seeing just regular people in games in general.
Yeah.
Like in Uncharted 4, not giving any spoilers away, but like Troy Baker's character, Sam.
Right.
He's great. Like he has like a little bit of like a receding hairline, or like the.
Don't tell Sam that.
Yeah.
But it's there.
Groundbreaking.
And then like the guy who's the main guy at the jail. I feel like I'm giving spoilers away. I'm so sorry, but I'm not. But he's just such a normal dude.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
his
Ellie's another
glasses,
example
he's
of
reading.
that as well.
Yeah, or just like I love seeing that in games. I mean,
Life
obviously.
is Strange is another example.
Yeah.
It's real, and we don't want to get rid of the commandos and the
No,
vampires,
obviously it
but
just
in
depends on the
addition to-
game. Yeah.
Like presumably as well, writing in video games has, matured a lot. Writers have gotten better. Writers have come in from other
Yeah.
industries. So for years and years, we were just basically looking at stereotypes of all descriptions, right? And even the stories themselves were quite like rote. Like we sort of knew what was going on. So do you guys work with writers a lot?
Yes.
Do you think just the core writing in video games is getting better in and of itself?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
getting more and more
For sure.
cinematic and more powerful in scripts. One of the games I just worked on, I was crying just reading the script through. It was so awesome. I was like, I need
Right.
to work on this project. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, even like, I feel like Tales from the Borderlands was so well written, and and that, of course, I'm not saying like, oh, all games need to have normal people in them. It obviously depends on the game, and that was fantasy and there are robots, but it was just so well written.
Yeah.
Like, I've definitely across the board, I feel like a lot of writers from either TV or film, I feel like some writing in video games are sometimes better
Right.
than film or TV.
It's like the
I also
watermark's rising a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the same for acting and writing and directing in the industry. All the, 30 years ago, all the actors, writers, and directors were thinking, what is this stuff? No,
Right.
thank you.
Yeah.
But then we all grew up.
Right, of
Yeah.
course.
Kids who idolize this stuff and loved it have grown up and become professionals, and we're not leaving. So we're just bringing our grown up
Yeah.
expertise to the process.
Yeah.
And that presumably makes your job a lot more interesting then as well, because
Yes.
you're probably sick of doing the same characters every couple of years.
I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I will gladly play that
Like
same
getting
character
paid.
over and over again if that's what it takes.
keep
but
that work.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So I guess let's talk about some of the games that are out this year with strong female protagonists, or at least that we've seen it at E3. Any of them jumping out to you? We've like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well,
There's Hellblade.
I mean, Horizon, yeah, it looks great. And then Recore looks so fun too.
Right.
I mean, I can't wait for that.
Have you guys gotten hands-on with any of those?
Neither of those. We haven't gotten hands-on with anything.
Fat donut.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Same as me. This is what E3's about. It's for people who haven't played a fucking thing
I know.
about video games.
I know. We're like,
Perfect.
please let us
It's
see
so
some."
sad.
So what about stuff that's come out in recent years, I guess, then? Have you guys played the latest Tomb Raider?
Say again, sorry?
The latest
latest.
Tomb Raider.
Oh, I have not. I'm behind on Tomb Raider. I'm behind on so many games.
I spent all my time playing Fallout 4
Right.
Yeah.
and Uncharted 4, which
Right, of course.
was great.
Yeah. Although you knew what was going to happen, probably.
No, because I mean, I went in and filmed, but I filmed, specific little scenes, and
Yeah.
most of the in-game dialogue that I did was for multiplayer. So I didn't know all the other ins and outs of the storyline. So
Really?
it was really great to get to play through. Yeah.
Fascinating stuff. What about yourself with Fallout? I mean,
Fallout is what I've been playing in my small amount of time. I mean, we work so often. I got kids.
yeah.
And we kind of play D&D a fair amount.
Right,
so
yeah.
It
It
takes
sort
up
of
a good amount
cemented
of
in
time.
what little free time I had left. I mean, I do. I play Fallout like 2 hours a week, maybe, which is not enough. It's not satisfying, but
That's a great value proposition, though.
Yeah.
That's like $60.
Yeah.
It's like you're done for a year.
I buy games. I buy all the
Yeah.
games, and I
I
look
know,
at them.
we have 'em all.
on my shelf.
I've been playing
waiting.
Overwatch, which is super fun.
Right.
Get it yet?
Yes, fool.
got
I'm
it?
playing it.
All right.
I know we need to get on
Got
it.
to get on.
All right.
It's so fun.
All right.
It's a lot more snackable.
That, and I'm
than
catching up
Fallout.
on Witcher 3 because I'm so behind in games. It's so hard to find the time
Totally. I mean, and every game seems to be turning into an epic. I mean,
Every game is amazing, and you want to check out everything.
Yeah.
like, even like Uncharted, there was another one where it was like, this game is like 20 hours long.
I did not expect it to be that long.
Yeah, it kept going.
I know. I kept thinking I was at the end, and then there was another chapter, and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I'm still
I
going.
mean, we've
Yeah.
reached the point in the industry where even the game journalists who review games are saying, I just don't have, I couldn't play that one. I don't have time. Because there's so much content.
Yeah.
I know, and that's like, so why would you come to us? We play everything. When you have like some YouTuber who like only plays Naughty Dog games, I'm not sure if that exists. Maybe
I'm sure
necessarily.
that
But,
exists.
like Overwatch is a good example of that. You know, which characters do you like in Overwatch?
I like Hanzo. I've been playing as Mercy a lot. I
Okay.
think also because we do play D&D, and I do play as a cleric in our D&D
Yeah. And you've got the
campaign.
hair as well.
Yeah, and so Mercy, I think it's kind of fun playing as that character because you're kind of just like, I'll go through and I'll heal.
I feel like we're
who else?
contractually obligated to say McCree, right?
Yeah, he's right over there. You're gonna hurt his
I know.
It's
I know.
Does he do that when he's playing?
All the
Yes.
time. He does it just in life
feelings. He says
all
he
the
trolls
time.
people with it, yeah.
Just over the voice. Oh, that's wonderful.
that would be amazing.
That is
That's his
tremendous.
play, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like our voices when we play online don't actually transfer. Because
Right.
I've played online and everybody just thinks I'm a little boy when I'm actually playing. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, no, I swear, I'm a girl.
Is that beneficial though? Like, have you seen a difference in playing online as a woman? Like, has that gotten easier? Because I remember friends in college who would want to play like Gears of War with us, and then they should turn off her mic because
Just,
it was like
you don't want to hear it.
a nightmare. Yeah, because the minute anyone heard it, it was like,
I generally I mute everybody just because if I'm playing something aggressive,
right.
just because I am not as good as everybody else and I know they're gonna talk smack to me. But outside of that, I never experienced any kind of meanness to me. Like when I was playing all my MMOs and stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody was
That's
just
a
so
nice crowd, though.
It is a
too.
really nice
The MMO
crowd.
crowd are pretty. You
Yeah.
don't get like
It's a
rage
nice
quitters.
crowd.
I
and
know,
wow
yeah,
too
that's
much.
Yeah.
true. That's true. And then when we play Call of Duty, we're all just kind of playing with each other. So
Yeah.
I mean, I yell at Ashley nonstop when we're playing Call of Duty.
Non-stop. We'll just do private games with
Right.
Call of Duty.
With
just
Troy and Travis and yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Those games are confusing though because all of us have done so much battle chatter in there that you're not sure if you're hearing.
That happens a lot. And I'm like,
Really?
Yeah.
what? Why are you yelling at me, Travis? And he's like,
Oh, no, you're
that was
not. I
Me
understand.
as the soldier in the
Never
game. I'm like,
mind.
ah!
Did you do
Time
any
and
voices?
space reboot.
There was
Yeah.
a year where I was one of the main factions in one of the Modern Warfares, and I
Okay.
played in a group, and people had
You
no
were
idea.
one of the main factions.
Yeah, it was a tight. It was a military game.
Okay.
And I was the one saying, "Get to the hard point, get to point A." They've
Right.
taken our base, and nobody knew what the heck was going on.
Yeah. You can say
Can you?
what you want. Yeah. Especially you guys with your fantastic voices. Does that happen where you don't realize one of you was in a game, and then you like hear something and it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like
That
it's the
happens a lot.
Bethesda games. It's Skyrim and Fallout that it's nonstop walking
Right.
through and you're just
Yeah.
hearing your friends
Well, New
over and
Vegas.
over and over again talking to you.
because presumably that's one game where they had to employ quite a lot
Just
of you.
Yeah.
endless amounts of actors on that game. And everybody's doing like 4 different characters just because there's so many.
If
to
you're
do.
lucky. In Fallout New Vegas, I'm every other NCR.
New Vegas,
so-
yeah, it was
Oh,
New
yeah.
Vegas. That's why I didn't
I
do anything in
populated
Fallout
the
4.
desert in the fall of humanity.
Yeah.
My children are everywhere.
Us and Yuri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yuri's the other side, and
Yeah.
I'm the NCR.
Right. Who did you play in Far Harbor then? Neil?
Oh, a robot that I don't want to spoil,
Right.
and a guy with a chip on his shoulder that they didn't tell me his name, so
Okay.
I don't know it.
And so, do you know a lot about the context? Because you were talking about it earlier about how sometimes you don't see the big picture.
Yeah, no, you got to have a good voice director who's got it all in their brain, otherwise you're cooked.
Yeah. He actually did some voice directing on Last of Us.
Oh, really?
And I learned so much from the sessions that I had with him because working as an actor and then also directing, he can kind of know how to get an actor to where they need to be.
Yeah.
It was massively
And I'm
helpful.
sure every actor takes different cues. So you have to find the
Yeah.
trigger words for everybody to like help them
Yeah.
get to where they need to be.
Sometimes you're saying one thing to elicit a response they don't even know you're digging for. But the
Right.
easiest thing is hiring the right people, and then you take a nap under the desk because you know how to do it.
yeah.
And presumably that's also gotten a lot better. Like this must have been way more difficult in like the Wild West years, 10 years ago, where nobody really knew how to do
I think so.
this,
It's
right?
really hard to predict, though. I mean, I've had people you've never heard of, I've never heard of, come in and knock it out of the park. I've had some celebs come in. You're like, yes, this is gonna be.
Really?
And it's hard, and it's like pulling teeth.
It's a whole different ball game when you're behind the mic.
Yeah.
It's just a
so
different kind of dance. Really.
Yeah.
You're like separating your voice from yourself almost in a way that they are like doing the opposite, or
There are some amazing voice actors that would probably suck terribly on film, and then film actors that are just not very good behind the mic because you rely on different abilities when you're doing each one. So on camera, if you're zoomed into your eyes, you see so much of what's going on in somebody's face, but that doesn't transfer necessarily to their voice, and they're used to being able to register from here.
Yeah.
And so when they get behind a mic, it's really, really flat. And we're used to a lot of times having to amplify everything we're doing in order to get what we need across.
And one of the things I've noticed as somebody who loves your work and had loved your work for years before I ever broke into like the sort of the press side of things, is that and like from talking to you guys and talking to like people like Troy, is that like you're also fucking humble, like in a way that was kind of like unexpected. Is there like where is that coming from? There seems to be like a humility and a sort of like a down to earthness that I was not. I mean, I that is not associated with screen acting. Perhaps,
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's just a friendly crowd.
I think it is a friendly crowd, yeah. And I think
Everybody
it's
just wants
kind
to
of
help each
a
other.
small community-ish.
Yeah.
So I think everybody just knows each other, and then, I mean, everybody would call each other out on their bullshit. Be like, what are you getting all...
You're stuck in a little room with everybody, so if somebody's being a...
Yeah.
And it's hard work as well, it seems like. And that obviously
It can be,
It can be
yeah.
very
It can
tiring.
be really hard.
Tends to weed out a lot
It can
of
also
the
be
ego.
extremely fun. Like sometimes you go in and you have just a breeze of a session and it's amazing, and then other times you go in and you scream for 4 hours and it makes you sweat and you feel like you're gonna cry. And I've started crying in sessions just from
That's good.
exhaustion.
Yeah.
It's good material, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crying is real hot in games right now. Yeah. A freebie. It's all
I'm sure they would have loved that if I did that in Gears, just like start crying. It's great.
Great content.
I can't anymore.
Awesome. We're gonna change it up and get some more y'all
right.
folks in. But what games are you working on right now? What can people see? Can we even talk about? That's always the problem with you guys. It's like, I would love to have talked to you about that, except the game's out now.
Batman from Telltale Games.
Okay.
I'm playing Catwoman in that, and that's going to be releasing soon.
Have you
and
played
then-
it yet?
I haven't. We're going to go check it out after this.
Okay.
And then Gears of War 4
Nice.
releasing in October.
Yeah.
What about yourself? You working on anything?
I've been working on Minecraft, the story mode. We've just been doing so many episodes of that, which has been super fun.
Yeah, super popular.
But that's all right now.
Awesome. What about yourself, Ian?
I'm directing on Lego Dimensions, lots of Lego stuff. World of Warcraft, constantly. There's other things I can see from where I'm sitting, but
I
there's
know.
a sniper in the shaft in the roof. Yeah.
Still
I know
doing
there's
work
so
on
many things that we're not allowed to talk about.
Right, it's okay. So Zelda, Persona 5,
I am Princess Zelda.
sweet headphones from Turtle Beach. You working on those?
I'm Turtle Beach headphones.
There we go. Not exclusive.
The voice in the headphones.
You heard it here first, folks.
Thank you all so much for coming on. We're
On the
going to
voice of the
get some
car.
of your good friends on in
All right.
just a hot minute. Thank you so much for watching the GameSpot co-op stage here at the Electronic Triple. It's the final day, day 59 of E3. Stick around. We got Matthew Mercer, Mercer Ray, and Travis Willingham on to talk about Critical Role. Back in a minute.